Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. I wanted to do a quick update video on the shrimp tank. So if you've been following my Instagram, you've seen the updates, and I do have exciting news. My shrimp have had babies, so there are, at last count, 20 babies in there. And you know, I'm super excited. They're growing fast. They're already 1 inch in the last 2 weeks, so they're definitely fast growing, and it's been great. It's been exciting. I definitely want to provide the best environment for them. I did have one shrimp die, so as you know, I started out with 3 red cherry shrimp, and the other 2 adults are doing great. One of them died, and I think it's because the fertilizer I was using has copper in it. That's the only thing I can think of. I've been doing a little bit more research into water parameters, and if you live in Arizona or know about Arizona, we basically have liquid rock. So it's our water out of the tap is so hard, the KH and the GH are really high. So what I tested my water at was my KH is at 10, my GH is at 20. And for shrimp, you want your KH around 1 to 4, and your GH you want to be, I believe, between 4 to 9. Don't quote me on that. I've got it written down somewhere. So what I've been doing is I've been taking actual distilled water from, I just buy it from the store, and I've been adding that slowly to the tank. So I want to show you how I've been doing that, so that way I can acclimate the shrimp to the KH and JH change, or GH, not JH. And it's just a real simple process. That way the shrimp aren't shocked from the swap of the water parameters. So I did come up with this myself. And what I've been doing is I've just been dumping distilled water in there a little bit at a time. But I just refilled this gallon jug from the dispensers that you see at the stores. And I live in Arizona. The water that was coming out was right around 82 degrees. So I let this sit overnight. It still has a 4-degree difference in temperature from my shrimp tank. So I didn't want to dump that in and possibly shock them and kill them. So I set up a simple drip with an airline tube. And you can see I put a rubber band on there. So it's going in slowly. And this has been running for about 20 minutes. And it's only a 3 to 4 temperature difference, but you know, I've really come attached to these shrimp, and I don't want to hurt them in any way, so I wanted to do this change slowly. And over the last week, I've been doing 1 gallon water changes a day to bring my GH and KH down. So I went from 10 KH and 20 GH. Now I'm sitting around 8 KH and 17 GH. So I know it's not a big drop, but I'm hoping soon that we can start to see that level balance out. So once this is done refilling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a tour of the tank, so that way you can see some of the things I've changed, and just so you can see those babies and how they grew up. So I'll be right back with you. Hey everyone, I just finished adding the gallon of distilled water to the tank, so I wanted to show you guys a close-up of all the shrimp and how they're doing. So I'm hoping you're going to be able to see them. But look at them! Look at the babies! See if I can focus here. They're getting so big. So they started out as these tiny little specks that you could barely even see, and now some of them are over ½ an inch, so they're definitely growing really quick. I was surprised at how fast they're growing, and I was really disappointed that I lost one of my adults. So that was kind of what inspired me to change the water parameters, because I got into this because I was stubborn, and everything I've heard is like, oh, if you're going to keep shrimp, you want to get an RO system, and you want to check the TDS, and you want to check the GH and the KH. And I'm like, well, I want to breed shrimp for Arizona water, so that way people don't have to worry about all that. But once I looked into it a little bit more, they really do need these specific water parameters, you can get by with just using tap water, but they're just not gonna thrive. And you may have some losses, which, you know, in this hobby we're all used to losses, and it hurts. You know, you may have been doing this for years and years, and when you lose a fish, you're like, oh, that's how it goes. But at the same time, you're still upset by it. So you do want to create that perfect environment for them, so that way, you know, they're breeding, they're not getting disease, they're not getting illnesses, they're not dying off, and you can have these fish survive and thrive like they would in their natural environments. If you caught my last video, you saw how much algae was on the tank, and these guys have cleared it out, along with the nearite snails I added. So I've got 10 nearites in here now, and I've been dropping in some food. I've just been using the Northfin algae wafers for now. I've got some Shrimp King on order, so I'm waiting for that. And the shrimp don't really care for it. I've created such a good environment in here with all the plants and all the leaf matter, the Indian almond leaves, the moss that isn't doing well. I put some Christmas moss in here, and it's really died off. I do have some green on there, so it's coming back, but it's definitely not doing well. And then I've got some sort of biofilm or algae growing on my anacris, which I'm hoping once I get more shrimp in here, that's really gonna be eaten or go away. But if not, this planted tank has really turned into a shrimp tank, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it's been doing really good. I added another air stone because I didn't feel like the circulation was as good as it should be. And this has become my new favorite tank. Just watching these little guys, it's been a lot of fun. And you can see that those shrimp back there, those are the babies. It's only been 2 weeks. So those aren't my adult shrimp. They're pretty big though, so pretty soon they'll start breeding. I'll have more shrimp in here. It's been fun. I'm super excited for it. I just wanted to do this video for you while I was drip acclimating, or not acclimating, but adding that distilled water in, because I felt like it was a good teachable moment. And you know, it's something that a lot of people in the hobby, they do the bare minimum. And if you're like me, you know, you're stubborn, you don't want to go that extra step, but in the end you end up doing it anyways. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to test the water to see what my KH and GH are after the change, and then I will let you guys know what that is, and then I'll wrap this video up. Alright, so test is definitely better. I've got my GH down to 15, my KH is at 8, so we're making progress. It's got to be a slow descent, because otherwise I don't know what's going to happen. I've looked everywhere as far as going from a high GH and KH to a low GH and KH and what effect that's going to have on the shrimp, but nobody could really give me an answer. The only thing people were saying was, you know, do 3 gallons at a time and it's gonna drop slowly, but I didn't want to risk it, especially with nobody really being able to tell me what's gonna happen with this. So it's been an experiment for me. The shrimp seem to be doing good. My only concern is if I change it too fast, it's gonna affect the pH. So right now it's at a pH of 8, and the water I'm adding is pH of 7. So that's a big gap, and small fluctuations of pH can definitely be detrimental to most aquatic species. So this is something that I've wanted to do gradually and slowly, but I feel like I should have had a bigger impact by now within a week from GH of 20 to 15 and KH of 10 to 8. I feel like it would be a lot bigger because I've changed at least 10 gallons of water in there. But you know, from my understanding, GH and KH is in parts per million, and those higher numbers, you've got super high parts per million. So as it's coming down, I'm diluting and diluting and diluting. Those parts per million are getting to those lower stages. So I feel that as I'm getting lower, I got to be more careful because as it's less parts per million, it's less to dilute. So I'm at that fine line right now to where I just got to do a gallon at a time, do it slowly, see what happens. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I'm definitely excited for the shrimp tank. I'm excited to learn more about them. They've definitely taken a special place in my heart, and this has been one of is my favorite fish tank now. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see how this takes me in my journey in this hobby, and I couldn't have done it without everybody out there in YouTube with the information that's given, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you, everybody. If I have talked to you, asked you questions, definitely appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like, and leave me a comment just stating what you think about this tank and what you think I should do, or if I should add anything, change anything. As always, enjoy the rest of your day.